Hello, everyone. This is Barry Vanover, and welcome to the Ask Barry V Show. This is my partner, Miles Baker. Mr. Baker, today I want to do the plug of the show is our new KidSafe program. Yep. KidSafe is a great program that school owners can go out in their community. They can use this just as an educational program to go into the public school system, church groups, anywhere there's a group of kids that you want to go in with a powerful workshop that's going to teach kids fundamental safety, everything on stranger danger, good drugs, bad drugs, appropriate touching, all of these types of things that I know I would want my kids to hear and understand. This is a great seminar and workshop and all the information to go out and teach that. Well, you also have marketing materials for that, as well as even a PowerPoint presentation that the owner can use when he's given the seminar. So he's not having to remember word for word, just kind of clicks through the PowerPoint with the kids. And the graphics are kid-friendly, and it's just a great program that we put together. Now, in Premier Martial Arts, we've had this program for a while, but we packaged it in a way that it will work for all martial arts schools now. And you also use this as one of your mass intros certain time of year. Like right now is perfect time of year to try to go into the public schools or like I said, anywhere else, or even what we've been doing is advertising on Facebook that we're doing these free community service workshops. So it's free to the community. Lots of kids are coming in to learn the KidSafe information. We're getting lots of leads. We make them a special offer to sign up. We treat it just like a mass intro. That program is, I believe, I don't even know how much we're charging. Nick, how much is it? Are you sure it's $197 or $297? No, summer camp's $297. $197, you get video, scripts, PowerPoint presentations, and marketing materials you can customize for your school for our KidSafe program. And you can find this at kidsafeworkshop.com. kidsafeworkshop.com. That URL is at the bottom of the screen. I also want to give a plug and shout out to the Martial Arts Super Show in Las Vegas. Now, that's a little later. It's usually the day after 4th of July, the 5th, 6th, 7th. This year, it's 6, 7, 8.
I think the 4th of July falls on a Monday or Tuesday. It's that weekend.
It starts on right after the 5th, 6th, 7th. It doesn't matter. You can look it up online, masupershow.com. It's either 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7. The important part is what a great event. One, tax-free reason to go to Las Vegas for a few days during a holiday week. 2, you get to meet all your friends and meet new people and see friends you've known for years in this convention. And 3, you're going to hear some great speakers talking about everything from just business speakers and motivational speakers to some of the top school owners in the country giving different talks about what they do. I'm doing a talk on the 10 must-dos of every martial arts school owner, 10 things that you must do to run a successful martial arts school. And that's with the experience of what we've done with the Premier Martial Arts. So, then me and Mr. Baker will have a booth, and we're going to try to do some live Ask Barry V show where we can answer your questions. Some of you guys might be on the show for us. So if you haven't made your mind up whether you're going to that, take a look at their website, look at the list of speakers, and maybe you should consider it because it's a great time. Absolutely. All right, let's do the first question.
All right, let's get to it. Our first question for this week comes from M. Thompson. They ask, says we created a black belt training upgrade program, but we are having trouble getting students to join. Any ideas as to why or what we can do to better kick this program off?
So they've started I guess this is a new upgrade program. First time they've tried an upgrade, and there's their black belt training program, and they're having trouble selling it. Yep. Okay. Now this doesn't have anything to do with the person asking this question. Okay. Mr. or Miss Thompson, whoever you are. This is just upgrading in general. When we help a new client set up their upgrade systems, I can always tell, and I'm sure you can, how good their classroom floor is by how easy they start the upgrade cells. If you've got a great classroom floor and your instructors have great rapport, then people will be lining up to do this this new exciting higher level training program that has a completely different uniform and different weapons and different curriculum benefits. They're going to line up. But if people aren't happy with what's happening on the classroom floor, they're not going to pay you more money and commit to more time for what would be perceived as the same old thing. They're not happy. You're not going to talk them into and imagine, hey, maybe you guys aren't happy now, but you'll be much happier if you do this program. It's not going to work like that. You're going to have a hard time. So maybe this school needs to look at their classroom floor, look at the curriculum, how the classes are taught, their instructor training, drill for skills, mat chats, all of those things, and see what's going on the classroom floor to make these people more excited. Okay, that could be a thing. And you know what's great for that? Another shameless plug is our Instructor University, right? Lifetime membership, $497. You can check that out. Okay, that's enough plugs. But I mean, it was perfect time. And I want you guys to go look at instructoruniversity.com and see what all's on there that's going to make your classes rock. And it's not just your classes, but how good your classes are bleeds over into every other aspect of your business, right? It's your product. If you were making shoes and something on the assembly line, or cars and something on the assembly line's broken, the product at the end is going to suck, right? And people are going to talk about how bad that product is. Well, how well you teach those classes and organize your lesson plans and all that stuff, that is one of the most important aspects of your business. So let's say their classroom floor is good and they just started this program. Maybe people don't know about it. You're talking about it, but they really don't have a chance to look at it. One thing you could do is grandfather maybe all your brown belts and above, grandfather and give them the black belt training program. You'll at least sell them the new uniform and the new equipment package that goes along with your black belt training program. So then what you did is you created a product now that's tangible and people can see it. And now all the lower belts are going to want to upgrade to it, right? So it gives them a chance. Also, when you teach the benefits of your black belt training program, the extra curriculum, have that at the end of a class, the extra 15 minutes, so that the kids that's not in the program, you bow them out and they leave, but they see the black belt training students in the same class with them with a different color uniform, staying for good stuff like weapons training or nunchaku or sparring drills. Or if you've got a totally separate class for that, put your beginner's class or your basic class after your black belt training program. So all those basic kids are coming in for their class and they show up right at the end of black belt training, seeing all these kids in different uniforms, a lot of them the same belt rank as their own, seeing the good stuff, the weapons and the sparring drill, things that they don't do normally, they're seeing it happen. What you'll see is your basic students start showing up a little earlier to watch that, and then you know you've got their interest hooked. So there's two quick things that you can do, and then you can either do a mass upgrade where you invite a big bunch of students to a seminar and you teach them and show them the benefits of your black belt training program and make them a special offer to sign up that day. Or make sure, if not, you're doing one-on-one private upgrade conferences with parents where you're taking the time to explain what the program is. So there's some tips to help you if you're having a hard time selling. Or really, those are good tips for people that are just starting their program in the beginning. But I have to think whoever this is, you got to go back and look at that classroom floor and see what's going on in those kids' classes.
Awesome. All right, so our next question
You
comes
seem
from-
pretty excited about that.
I agree with you,
Okay.
and we talk about this a lot. And this
You're not
is,
talking
this
much.
Is,
I gotta.
this is common information.
getting bored
Today
just
was
asking
hard.
questions.
Today was hard training. It's late in the week, getting tired. But no, I mean all those things are right. I was thinking though, one of the biggest challenges is when a school who has just one program and they want to start implementing upgrades is the point of difference. So you touched on that topic, but people that are not familiar with upgrades might not understand how important the point of difference is. But the ones that really struggle is, let's say they had one program and every student got to spar. Every student got to do the weapons. Now all of a sudden you're implementing this new program.
Sure.
What's the point of difference? And you had mentioned maybe grandfathering some black belts in,
Brown belts.
or brown belts and above. And maybe sometimes you have to even start with the whole school. You hate to pass that whole thing up, but if it's almost even, you know what I mean? So the new people.
So you're
come
talking
in,
curriculum. If somebody's already given all this good stuff
Yeah.
to the beginners,
Right.
beginners are doing weapons
Yeah.
already, and they're already getting sparring gear, and they're starting to spar right from the beginning. What is the
And sometimes you see it go bad because then the owner tries to offer something that maybe is not their niche or what they're not good at, and all of a sudden they're trying to offer something that's really not of quality because they need something
Yeah.
different to sell.
That's a good point. That's a
so-
good point. So worst case scenario is make everybody in your school black belt
Yeah.
training and then start selling it as new people come in.
Yeah.
That's probably a very rare case a school needs to do that. Grandfather in a group like brown belts and above and really paying attention to them and building excitement, getting it started is the first place to start, I think. But you're right. I remember, I forget who it is. Well, I shouldn't mention if I do remember, but yeah, they were doing so much curriculum that they felt like, wow, I don't want to take away from these students,
sure.
but you can't give away all the good stuff. And
Yeah.
most beginner students aren't ready for that stuff
Yeah,
anyway.
it's very
you
true.
know?
Very true. All right, so our next question comes from S. Jenkins. He asks, summer is coming and I was trying to plan vacations for my staff and I. So do you close your schools or rotate your instructors and stay open all summer?
Well, I would love and really want to stay open all summer. And that all has to do with your staffing, honestly. If you can keep your school open while you go off on an awesome vacation and things run smoothly and perfectly and you're not going to stress out over it, then keep that school going. If you've got Or if you've got enough staff where you can let each individual staff member take a week or two off during the summer for vacation and everything runs normally, perfect. If you can't, I would rather shut the entire school down for a week. And 4th of July week's a perfect time. I think you said 4th of July is on a Tuesday. So it's going to be sparingly around the school anyway that way. Shut that school down for an entire week so that you and your family can go away for a vacation and you don't have to worry about what's going on at your school. It won't really be that big a deal to the parents. A lot of them are going to be gone that week, or a lot of them are going to understand that you need a vacation as well. And you don't have to worry about the bad things that might be going down when you're not there. So a little peace of mind, a little mental break is well worth it. I would just urge you to understand that you're only going to be open so many weeks that month, 3 weeks, let's say, or whatever, that you want to still try to hit your revenue goals. So the weeks you are open that month, stack up double intros and lots of enrollment conferences so that you make up, and you just don't want to have a bad financial month, right?
Our next question comes from G. Gills. Asks, Facebook marketing hasn't been working for me. What other forms of marketing can I do?
Okay.
What other forms?
Facebook.
That's a lot. Lots to do.
Let's do
How did we market before Facebook?
That's right.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? Facebook, we love Facebook.
Yeah.
We get results from Facebook, from our website, from Google AdWords. We're email marketing and email funneling. We're getting great results. But we still do traditional advertising. And we hear a lot of people that, especially for their kids' programs for Facebook, they have a hard time getting it to work for them.
Sure.
And I don't know, maybe you're not running the ads correctly. Right. Maybe you're not doing enough. You're not getting enough coverage, your ads, your copy. There's so many things. But just, I mean, we can't do the whole 9 of 9 marketing in the show, but I guess the real answer is we do a lot of other things. We do martial arts birthday parties. We're out doing promotional booths. You know, we'll put out rack cards certain times a year when we need to, back to school and season, you know.
Presentations.
We're doing school talks. We signed up 19 students the other morning at one of our schools. This past Saturday, we signed up 10 people in our adult mass intro, right? Just on Saturday morning. So we're doing all the other traditional stuff, not maybe as detailed as we used to or as much, but we still go back and do a large different aspects of marketing, not just relying on Facebook like maybe somebody's told this guy to rely on Facebook heavily and it's not working for him, right? So
I would say of all of those, the easiest has to be birthday parties.
Yeah, because it's an income
Everybody
generator.
has a birthday. They're going to be in your school already.
Yeah, and the problem is, I was talking to a school owner today, and they were like, "Hey, look, I don't want to do martial arts birthday parties anymore.
You don't have to.
And my main staff member, I don't want him here all day Saturday doing them. You think it's okay to find another person, just some person in the community, and teach them how to do martial arts parties?" I'm like, "Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Go get a college student.
Mm-hmm.
If your university has a theater department, go find those type of people. You can train anybody that's remotely physical that, let's put it this way, if their physique you're okay with representing your school, then you can train them to do a martial arts birthday party and get just as good results as your badass black belt doing a martial arts birthday party. And you got the benefit of that marketing happening, the income coming in from birthday parties, and you're not wearing your staff out.
Yeah,
So
our next question comes from T. Garcia. Ask, I took this guy's advice and stopped using contracts. My quit rate has gone way up. Figured, right?
Got it.
What is your opinion on contract use? And if you suggest I use them, how would you reintroduce them? That's a good question. How would you reintroduce them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Again, we've had this question several
Something
times
similar.
on the show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Your business as a martial arts school is very heavily based on your accounts receivables, what it's worth if you were ever going to sell it or you were going to go get a loan against it. And if you don't use memberships, don't call them contracts. Let's call them memberships, where someone is obligated for a certain period of time. You're greatly devaluing the worth of your school. Okay, first. Second thing, health clubs. So many different places uses memberships, right? So we should be no different. I don't know why some people out there are recommending people don't use memberships.
Easy.
Uh,
You
it
don't-
is easy
you
to
don't have, you don't have to be as trained.
gosh,
You know,
but
to have
people
that
never.
amazing-
When's the last time your program director at your schools? When's the last time our program directors at our schools said, "Hey, I can't get people to sign up because they don't want to sign a membership"?
And it's because our program directors are trained on that introductory experience is so amazing that it makes sense to commit your child or yourself for
Right,
that
that's
period of
true.
time. And that's really what it is. So if
That's
I'm
true.
not informed on how to get my benefits across to a parent or an adult, it's pretty hard to get somebody to commit.
Contractually sign up for a year.
So-
Yeah. Okay. So it is easy, right? And then I think maybe some of these guys that's recommended no memberships are like, your classroom's supposed to be so amazing that people should want to stay. Hey, listen, our classes rock. And I've been to some martial arts schools that their classes are amazing. But you know what? Kids are kids. And they change their minds so fast that we are not in control of that. We can have the most amazing classes ever. A little boy moves next door to another kid and they got friends and now they want to play after school instead of come karate. That has no reflection on our membership. I mean, our quality of classes, right? The adult student loves martial arts, but man, I miss a gym for 2 weeks. I got some new ink, right? And couldn't work out for a week to let it heal. Man, trying to get back in after that, even a week out.
Yeah.
Where, it's hard. So imagine these people. The memberships allow them to commit. So they're there long enough where you have an opportunity to show them your benefits and the opportunity to sell them on the life-changing benefits of becoming a black belt. Everybody should use martial arts memberships. Okay, let's get that out there. Now, you made the mistake and stopped and you're feeling the pain because you trained everybody to quit. You didn't have a membership. You gave them, the open-ended option of just leaving anytime they want. When you give people options, they take them. So no memberships means, hey guys, I'm going to leave for a while and I'll come back, right? You never come back, right? Now, real question here is how to reintroduce memberships. So, man, I just would start meeting with parents, what do you think?
Well, what do you do?
Meeting or one-on-one?
Do you try to reinforce it on all your existing people? Or do you just start with the new people?
No,
What do you do?
I think this guy needs to get his old members back on term agreements. Naturally, everybody that renews, starting tomorrow, everybody that comes in new signs a membership. Everybody who's do they even have renewals if they don't have any memberships expiring?
Yeah.
So they don't have that. Everybody, if you got upgrade systems, that upgrade high level training programs needs to sign the term agreement. And then, man, honestly, I bet he doesn't have that many students, right?
Yeah.
Because he says he's got an attrition problem.
Mm-hmm.
I would just start meeting with parents one-on-one and explaining that you have to go to and have everybody sign memberships, and that for the best of the health of your business, they have to commit to a certain period of time.
Probably 6 months, right? That
I would
probably
make it
reasonable.
easy.
Yeah.
Get them on a simple, easy 6 months. You can always renew them when you upgrade them or renew them into 12 or 36 months, things like that. But get them on at least a 6-month agreement and get them a small commitment. If your classroom floor is good, everybody likes your instructors and you're in tune, everybody should at least commit for 6 months. Now, I wouldn't try to get big down payment money. I wouldn't even talk about paid in fulls. I would simply try to get 6 payments of whatever they're paying now, get them on term agreements first. We will build that later as we go on. And I would do that as fast as I possibly could. I wouldn't do a group meeting and get a bunch of parents together and try to put them all in memberships because they're going to come up with a bunch of objections. They're going to turn on you quick. Do it one-on-one, okay? Now, another question there is what happens if somebody refuses to do it? My thinking is they got to do it or they got to go. And you're going to lose. You might lose a couple more. Most people, most people won't have a problem with doing 6-month commitment. Now, if your classroom floor sucks and people don't like being there now, and you only got 40 people or 50 people I would do what you said at the beginning. I would forget about it and start signing. Every new person signs in a membership, and then I'd create my upgrade training programs for black belt training, or I'd fix them, and everybody that upgrades would go on a term membership. Because I don't want you to have 50 people and lose 10 more, right? But if you got 100, 150, you're trying to get everybody back on term agreements and you lose 10, not a big deal, right?
That's good.
That was a tough question.
That's a great question.
That's a good one.
Master Kim asks, what do you suggest when a student wants to pause their membership over the summertime to play another sport or for travel?
Okay. Our theory on that is that they bought a product. They bought a 6 or 12-month program called a basic training program. They bought a 36-month black belt training program. The entire reason they're making monthly payments is because they chose not to pay the membership in full and they chose to finance it. Just like anything they finance, jewelry, cars, homes, whether you use it or not, the monthly payment has to be paid accordingly. That's our stance. That's our theory on it. Okay. And when you guys tell people, when you're signing them up and they go, oh, well, this summer my kid always goes to grandma's house for a month. And then you guys will go too soon. You go, oh, well, what we can do is freeze that membership this summer. You're training people to freeze their memberships and you're training them to quit is what you're really doing. When that happens, I would just tell them, oh, okay, well, when he comes back from grandma's, we'll be glad to give him some private lessons or set up some kind of situation where he can maybe still test on time for his next belt or make those classes up somehow. Divert the conversation, but never tell anybody that it's customary that in the summer you can freeze your memberships because of baseball season, freeze your memberships because of vacations. Okay? Just not a good idea. So that's our stance on that one. Anything to add to that one?
No, I think if push comes to shove, and we don't do it very often, but we never stop payments, just for the reasons you just mentioned. But if push came to shove, we could extend their expiration date.
They make the normal payment, but you're going to add an extra month to the end of their membership. That is, I don't even want to do that, but and you wouldn't want to announce that. That would just be if somebody's really giving you a hard time, or those people in the past you've signed up remember that and come to you. Then I would say, well, we can't, those payments have to be made to the finance company, right? Or whoever your billing is, or it could be yourself. Like we use Studio Pro, but we are our own billing company, but we say Studio Pro, right? And tell them that for this time, I'll just add a month to your membership. Is that fair? Most people consider that fair. So that's a good idea.
So that's this week's questions. Good questions.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, if you want to check out a couple programs we have, I'm hitting all kinds of programs. I had too much coffee. Check out a consulting program that we have called mabusinessmaximizer.com. And if you wanted to work with me and Mr. Baker, one of us, one-on-one, we come visit your school. We know your staff. We analyze your systems. We're helping you and build a relationship where we're working on your business with you. Check out our Leader's Edge program. And that website, Nick, what is the Leader's Edge website URL? LeadersEdgeMentoring.com. All right. Hope that works for you guys. We'll see you next time on the Ask Barry V Show.